Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Eric Lamar, your host of A Whole New Me Show. Welcome to the Wednesday night live broadcast. I come on just a little bit early so that we can get the audience built up, let you have an opportunity to share, invite your friends to join us. We're going to get started directly at 8:30, as promised, Eastern Time. So run, grab your pen and paper, grab a beverage, and I'll be getting started right at 8:30. So, hope everybody has had a great day. Tonight our topic is going to be very, very important. We're going to be discussing some important facts that's going to assist your finances. We're going to be talking about, number one, check my notes here, make sure I get this right. We're going to be how to minimize tax or maximize your tax refund. We're going to be talking about keys that's going to save you money each month and annually in taxes. We're going to be discussing how to get your credit score 700 plus on up into 800. Let's see, and getting out of debt faster. These are some of our topics. So I just want to make sure you invite your friends. Please share this video because the topic we're about to discuss is returning more cash to your pocket. So you work hard for it. You go to work every single day, whether you're in business for yourself or you work a job. The goal is to create revenue so that we can pay our bills today and put some money aside to pay our bills. Not so much pay our bills, but to live on. Create a huge challenge. So we're going to be discussing some of those things tonight. So this is going to be a very power-packed broadcast. So please grab your pen and paper. So I want you to think about something. We're in tax season. Most people have filed their taxes. They're waiting for those refunds to come. So the information that we're going to be talking about tonight, I'm going to be giving you some tips. What are some things that you can do to maximize your refund? Before we even think about that, I really want you to think about the amount of money you're getting in your refund. Take that dollar figure and divide it by 12. So with that number, I know a lot of families that have children. They're getting $5,000, $8,000, $10,000 back. So if you took that number and divided it by 12, you get at least $400 a month. What could you do with an extra $400, $500, $600 a month in your budget now? So the question is when you choose to get that money back in a form of a tax refund, all that simply is saying is what? You overpaid, and oftentimes people are using that as a forced savings account. That may be the biggest check in one lump sum some people get. Guess what? That strokes the emotions, the ego. That, ask yourself, is that sound financial wisdom? Because the question is it's your money, who is benefiting from it? Are you benefiting or is someone else benefiting? Now, you may always have heard this, the government's using your money. Well, that may be true. However, I want you to think about it like this. If you have bills that you're struggling to make ends meet each and every month, and you're just breaking even, and you're getting behind, and you're making late payments because you can't afford you don't have enough money each month. So each month there's a $25, a $30, $40, $50 late pay. So you could be paying $100 a month in late payments. So that's $1,200 a year in just late fees. Now what about overdraft fees? Because shit happens, okay? So let's say you have $2,000 a year in just overdraft fees. And then you're getting a $5,000, $8,000, $10,000 tax refund. So then take the $2,000 out of that, you're netting 6, 8 after you've caught up on the late fees. Now, haven't even talked about the interest that you've paid because you didn't make those payments. So that interest accrued, and now you're just going to go and start getting out of debt. So when we talk about wise use of funds and maximizing your tax refund, I'm not necessarily saying the best thing to go do with that refund right now, although we can talk about that. But what I'm saying is understanding how to leverage your own dollars. So what that simply means is most likely the form that you use or you fill out on your job that your employer knows what to withhold from your taxes, you probably have that filled out incorrectly if you're getting that kind of tax refund. Because remember, a refund simply is a return of your overpayment. So nothing about this conversation is talking about tax evasion, tax avoidance, and all of that. It's just simply, why overpay your fair share? I mean, it's your money. Why are we becoming so philanthropic when we could be using that money? You don't do philanthropy when you don't have the money to do philanthropy, but most people are being philanthropists with their tax dollars because they're giving it away, and then they're giving more money to the banks, they're giving more money to the people they're paying overdraft fees to, they're giving more money to interest payments because the credit is getting affected. Then they have to pay to get their credit fixed. So why not just start controlling your own money from the jump? Can I get an amen from the audience? So I want to just thank those of you that have joined. What's up, Emily? Taisha, thanks for sharing the video. Yes, I'm going to bring it tonight. There's a lot more that's coming. So I'm glad that you are able to jump on here, and again, please share this video because I want it to resonate and make sense. Now, oftentimes people are wanting to buy cars or pay off debt. You have a large payment, purchase that you want to make. Maybe it's houses and so forth. But I have a great idea. When it comes to buying a car, here's two options to think about. What if you would go ahead and just finance that car and then use that money instead of paying cash? If your credit is good, you should be able to get that at super, super low payments. 3%. Emily said, amen, so true. First-hand experience takes to the... I'm glad you valued that. Thank you so much, Emily. But let's say you took that car, and instead of paying 3%, what if you could take your money and go make 5, 6, 10% with it? Would it be better to go ahead and pay the 3%? Because see, what's happening is you lose out on the opportunity to make 5 or 6% with your money if you bury that money into the car. Now, on the flip side, what if you took that money and then you went and found someone who can go to an auction for you? If you don't have anyone, I have someone. They have a fee, typically around $500, to be able to go buy those same cars that you would go to a lot and purchase retail. What if you can go buy it wholesale? So now you can get a lot more value of vehicle, pay a $500 fee to someone who can go to an auction for you, and you're driving in something that's dependable. So the options are yours. But what if you can take that tax refund and start investing into yourself, investing into financial education, investing into, what if you're having some challenges with your credit and you're overpaying in insurance each month and overpaying in car payments and mortgage payments? Why not get that credit score up? Why not remove those negative items that are bringing you down? That's when people look at you, they say, oh, okay, we're going to put this person in this category and they pay higher. Okay? So those are some things that you could be doing with your tax refund. Investing. Make your money be the seed money to create and go out and get more money and bring it back to you. That's all your employer does. Your employer creates a building for you to come to work. They create a job. They sell a product. You produce a function. They pay you a salary or an hourly wage. But the return that you bring back to them is much greater than what they spend on you. So your employer is simply an investor. They are teaching you the game of capitalism, but you're caught up living in it, that you're not participating in capitalism. You're just a cog in the wheel. So the opportunity for you is to change that, to start learning about how does money work, how does the credit system work. There are some things that I could share with you about the credit system that will absolutely piss you off. We'll get into that in just a little bit. So I also promised you, how can we talk about getting out of debt faster? So I've already touched on it. That form you fill out on your job, most likely 80% of Americans who are getting tax refunds have filled that form out incorrectly. I promise you that. However, a couple of tips. If you don't have a home-based business, I say this every single week, you are missing out on one of the most magnificent tax strategies in America today. Look at the people that have the most money in America. Are they employees or are they investors and business owners? Yeah, they're investors and business owners. So why would we try to spend so much time dreaming about financial freedom with a job? Now, don't get it twisted. Your job is a catalyst to help you achieve what we call income shifting. You see, if you marry a home business with your job, don't get it wrong. I'm not talking about going out working another 8-hour day in your business. It could be an hour, 2 hours a week. But as long as you have a home business and your job, you've got the perfect environment for financial success, because now you can correct that W-4 form, and I have trainings that will show you how to do it. You can correct that form to now where you can start putting all that money that you're going to get back on a refund, you can start putting that back each month, start eliminating debt, stop paying those high interest fees and those overdraft fees and all that sort of stuff. You can start paying that stuff monthly. Now the balances of those debts are going to come down faster. See, I always tell people, stop thinking in the world of emotions and just operate off of facts. Go do your own calculations. Is it better for me to get a tax refund and then pay down my bills? Or is it better for me to start attacking these bills monthly with extra and see what the balance of that bill is at the end of the year? Let me repeat that in a different way. If you make the minimum payment of $100 on a credit card with a balance of $5,000, put that into the calculation at 21% interest, what is that balance going to be at the end of the year? Most likely it's going to be pretty close to the same, okay? But if you could add another 100 to it, what's that balance going to be at the end of the year? Now, what happens when you try to take this money from your tax refund and pay off bills? That interest actually is going to make that balance grow because it's really not going anywhere. So the point I'm getting at is, if you can start paying that $100 extra and making $200, the balance on that is going to go down because now more of that is going to the principal. So when you have a home business, the next piece of that is the opportunity to employ your children. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are not hiring your children, you are just throwing money out the window. And if you're going to throw it out the window, please message me on Facebook and tell me where it is, because I will come scoop it up. I promise you. And will not give it back to you because you're giving it away. So you don't care about it. You don't respect it. Can you help a brother out? That's all I ask. Just help a brother out. Okay, so getting serious with that. You can employ your children. And if you have 2, 3, 4 kids, 5 kids, that's up to $6,000, $6,400 per child. that you can be writing off the top of your taxes or top of your income. So a lot of people say, Eric, what if I correct my W-4? I'm wind up owing taxes. Stop. You're getting back into your head. You're getting into that emotion. Get rid of that stuff. You have to start thinking the facts, because when you reduce your taxable income down because you have all these deductions now, I just said if you got 4 kids, that's right there almost $25,000. It really is. $6,400 per kid, that's almost 28,000, something like that. Right off the top of your income that you deduct. Talk about bringing your taxable expenses down, and then you start deducting your mileage. 53 cents per mile. Think about how many miles you drive. If you convert those to business miles, that's another, just 10,000 miles is $5,300 in deductions. Guys, this is the stuff that, okay, last night our president spoke and talked about tax incentives and all that. This is a simple tax incentive that the government has passed years ago. This is not brand new. This is stuff that's been around that we just have not been educated, okay? Some have been. A lot have been. I have a lot of friends that teach this stuff. So, setting up a home business is critical because of the deductions you can tap into. Now you can hire your kids. Now you can start turning your lifestyle into a deduction. Family vacations, write them off. Come on. Corporations do that. You think they take you on fun trips just because they like you? I mean, they may like you because you make them a lot of money, but you always have to have business meetings. Write off. Hello. It doesn't make any difference whether you have a home business or a company employs you. It's the same rules. However, when you don't have a home business, you are choosing, that's a powerful word, you are choosing to participate in being charged in the highest tax percentage of your income in America. Because there's 3 levels. There's the employee level, there's the business owner level, and there's the investor level. The employees pay the highest. Look at that pyramid. Most of them are at the bottom. So they're paying the most. The ones up here, they influence the laws that were passed. Okay? So the business owners get deductions for hiring employees. The investors get the deductions for investing in the business owners, and they pay capital gains. So, a recommendation, if they read Robert Reich's Saving Capitalism, they will get it. There you have it. Another book that I recommend that you read is Robert Kiyosaki's Unfair Advantage. It will literally, he first starts off calling you a monkey, okay? I'm not calling you one. He does, because of the mentality of how most people have been conditioned. There are great books out there. So, I promised you, I'm going to keep this broadcast no more than 30 minutes. Tips to grow your credit score. I want to get into something that's here recently has become very near and dear to my heart. You see, if you are a person that wants to grow a business or you want to buy a home, I hear a lot of people this year are wanting to buy houses. Look, you can buy a house with bad credit. You're going to pay a hell of a lot of money. Wouldn't it be better to not have to pay that much money? So, tips to your credit. First of all, get an understanding of the rules to the credit game. Understand this fact. There is more money in bad credit than good credit. So there is no incentive for the credit reporting agencies to make you look good, because there's more money in it for them, because they get paid more money by the people that subscribe to them, that want to find people with bad credit so that they can lend to them and charge them a higher amount in interest. Let that set in for a little bit. Why do I say that? You next need to understand that there are more than 3 credit bureaus. I've been saying this for quite some time, and people are now starting to get it. If you're wanting to improve Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion, before you focus on those three bureaus, you have got to go look at the other supporting cast bureaus that they go look at to verify information and call it good or put it back on your credit when it's been deleted because they see it on someone else's reports. Ladies and gentlemen, you've got to understand that this is a cruel game that is being played on you if credit is a challenge that you have. I'm just telling you. It was a challenge I had. I make no secret about it. Last October, I was sitting on credit scores of 400 on different bureaus. One bureau was, TransUnion was sitting at 479. This week, it hit 665, just 4.5 months ago. Experian was 582. This week, it hit 803. I kid you not. Because you have to understand how to play chess with the credit industry. So we can help you with that. I would love to help you. Matter of fact, if you just simply send me an inbox message or email me at ericlamar@awholenewmeshow.com, I will give you 20 minutes of my time and we can just talk. Because there's no reason to just be sitting, stuck, frustrated, waiting for stuff to fall off your credit. Ladies and gentlemen, it just does not automatically happen. There is no law that says that it has to stay on your credit for 7 years. Matter of fact, the law says that they have to prove that they have the copy of the information you signed before they really put it on your credit. Did you know that? If you ever ask a credit bureau to give you the proof, they will not do it because they don't have it, because the creditor did not give it to them. But you have to understand the rules of the law, and that's what we're here to help you with. So, Taisha, the best thing for me is I'll work on getting some kind of cards. You know, I got out of the card business for a long time, so I'll get my information to you. Well, you have my information, but I'll get you some things that people can benefit from. I'll get you some other links. So, what we do in helping people with the credit is that we do a 9-report pull and a forensic audit of your credit report. That's critical. Customers that have been doing this recently are getting their reports and they're messaging me, hey, I'm seeing some stuff on this report. Number one, I didn't even know this bureau existed, and it says I got an eviction. I've never been evicted, and somebody ordered utilities in my name. I never lived in this location. Folks, identity theft, tax identity theft is such a prevalent problem today, and you may not realize you have been a victim. Most people think about identity theft as, well, somebody stole my credit, somebody stole my social. No. The Federal Trade Commission gives you multiple definitions of identity theft, and it's so critical to understand. When you realize that there's upwards of 20 credit bureaus out there, there's one particular bureau that a lot of people are overlooking. I don't focus on it too much right now because it doesn't affect your financing, but it does affect your health insurance and your life insurance, and that is your Medical Information Bureau. If you would like that ordered, I can help you order that report. That report will show you stuff on your medical records that you may not know your doctor is putting on there. You need to know. Because conversations you're having, the way they put notes, and then when an underwriter looks at your stuff, they may think you've had a hip replacement surgery or have had gastric bypass. It happened to me, and I never had a surgery before. So, again, ladies and gentlemen, what I'm trying to say is that this past year, what I learned about credit has helped me remove 2 bankruptcies, 2 judgments, and an eviction, which turned into a judgment, a tax lien, a repossession, And I don't say those things because I'm not a deadbeat person. This is a bunch of stuff that was in the past that I was just living with because I didn't know how to correct. So it held me down from getting financing for my business, lines of credit for my business. I am now 30 days away from tapping into lines of credit that's going to allow me to invest in my business. I even talked today to a commercial lender because the idea now is to look into some commercial apartment buildings. Ladies and gentlemen, tomorrow I turn 45. I don't say that to announce birthday or anything like that. That's not the point of what I'm getting at. But all that does is it marks for me a new milestone. And these last few minutes, I just want to just ask you to just dream a little bit for me. But not just dream. I want you to plan to participate in building your life bigger than where it is right now. Because see, for 44 years, well, let's just say 24 years, got out of school, got into the workforce, struggling, trying to make things really, really happen. And get to age 44, and it was one of the roughest years that I've ever experienced in my life. But thank God it happened to me because I was able to persevere through all of those challenges and all of the ups and downs of 2016. If we ever have lunch or go out on the golf course, I'll give you some intimate details that really I can't put on video, okay? It was one of the worst year of my life, but in reality was the best year of my life because it propelled me in a launching pad so that now at 45, I am going on a 5-year run. Now, in going on this 5-year run, I'm inviting you. I don't have anything for you to, per se, join me in today. I do have a few opportunities. If you're interested in talking about how to make some money, we can talk about that. But that's not the point. I just want you to join me mentally. If you want to run, if you're ready to change your life, if you really want to dig in, do some joint ventures, look at putting things together so that it's mutually beneficial, hit me up. Let's talk about it. Because fixing my credit, getting access to lines of credit, I'm not saying that, by no means am I trying to say I got a bunch of money and all that type of stuff. That's not my point. What I'm saying is the vision now is clear. Everything that was holding me back and the obstacles, they're going away. I now am ready to experience life and enjoy and have hella fun this year, but make a lot of money this year. Already got the plan laid out. I'm going to be helping people with their credit because if I help you save $1,000 or $2,000 a year in just car insurance and then car payments, and if I can help you put $5,000 of savings back into your budget, would you be willing to pay me a percentage of that? Yeah, I would hope so. If I helped you clean up your credit and go from a 400, 500 credit score to 700 or 800 credit score, what's that worth to you? I get a lot of satisfaction out of helping people. I mean, and then look what we could do together. If I could take you and help you get lines of credit, and let's say you want to participate with me in some programs, and we start flipping cars, flipping real estate, setting up online businesses. Would you like to work together? That's what I'm talking about. Let's go for it. Let's go for it big this year. If you're in, let me know. Greg says he's in. Greg, I know you're in, buddy. Hopefully you got your business handled. I know you're studying, you're learning. So, again, I want to thank you for tuning in tonight. I hope you got value out of this. Those of you that have shared this video, I really, really appreciate it because it is your money. You can choose to maintain, grab a hold, and keep choice and control. It's your money. The question you have to ask yourself is who's benefiting from it? You or the creditors? I hope it's you, and if it's not you, I hope you want to flip the script and start. I'm Eric. Let me know if you're in. I see Kathy's in. Amaline's in. Greg is in. Guys, ladies, I'm happy. Shoot me an inbox message. Let's have a conversation. Let's see what kind of plan we can put together. Remember, my final minute. I am building out what is called Higher Living Academy. Designing your dream lifestyle. That's what this academy is all about. We're going to help people in health and weight release, credit and finance, business and relationships, the ultimate guide and resource for the lifestyle